Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, colourful cartoon animals and everyone else, welcome to Magic the Questioning, the card game quiz that asks the question, what did you get me? I hope it's not socks, I couldn't possibly eat another pair. Let's not meet our contestants, as you can see, they're not here, they were allowed time off for the holidays. So instead I thought I'd take the opportunity to shout out some other creators who have put out Magic videos that I've both watched and enjoyed lately. Etchings is up first, and link in the description for their video that I would recommend. I designed 282 Hollow Knight themed Magic the Gathering cards. Personally, I've never played Hollow Knight, so the references were lost on me, but I really appreciated both the presentation of the video and the thoughts behind a fellow custom card designer's process. Even if, like me, you don't know Hollow Knight, this is honestly worth a watch. Now, let's look at this week's categories. More Like Epic Thet is our first round, with the questions are worth 1 point each. Cards on the Table is our second round, with questions worth 2 points each. Not My Type is our third round, where the questions are worth 3 points each. MGTYT is our fourth round, where the questions are worth 4 points each. And Art Attack is our final category, with a single question that doubles your score. At the end of the game, tally up your points and measure them against the point score chart, so you can see how you rank and compare it with your friends and everyone else playing along at home and in the comments section. Will you come last but seeking? Maybe you're a contestant of perfection. Let's find out. So if you are playing along at home, get ready to write down your answers and let us know how you do in the comments below. And if you answered the question from the thumbnail correctly, you get to start the game with a bonus 4 points. That's 4 points right now if you knew that Magic the Gathering's 2024 holiday promo is called Eggnogger's Stash. A callback to the Streets of New Capenna card Bootlegger's Stash, but featuring loot drinking eggnog. Now for the rest of the quiz. Here we go, round 1, more like Epic Thet, all about creatures and their names. Question 1. Kaldheim's legendary snow creature Yorn is known as the god of which season? Kaldheim's legendary snow creature Yorn is known as the god of which season? Question 2. Isu is a yeti with which epithet that is often followed by the word snowman? Isu is a yeti with which epithet that is often followed by the word snowman? Question 3. Saffron is a Minotaur warrior from Hurloon with which high military rank? Saffron is a Minotaur warrior from Hurloon with which high military rank? Question 4. According to the epithet on her card from Cold Snap, what temperature are Lavissa's eyes? According to the epithet on her card from Cold Snap, what temperature are Lavissa's eyes? That's the final question this round. You have until the music stops to submit your answers, and once that's over, we'll find out if you were right. Start the music. Okay, time's up, let's get some answers. And remember, 1 point this round for each question you answered correctly. Question 1, Kaldheim's legendary snow creature Yorn is known as the god of which season? Winter, with Caldring the Rhyme Staff being on the reverse side, we were looking for Yorn, or perhaps Jorn, god of winter. Question 2. Isu is a yeti with which epithet that is often followed by the word snowman? The Abominable. With the Abominable Snowman being another name for a yeti, we were of course looking for the Abominable. Question 3. Saffron is a Minotaur warrior from Hurloon with which high military rank? General. Saffron is a Minotaur warrior who is a Hurloon general. Question 4. According to the epithet on her card from Cold Snap, what temperature are Lavissa's eyes? Cold. The clue was in the name of the set, as Lavissa's eyes are said to be cold. Let's shout out another creator. Girl-Splaining Gaming is next, and link in the description to their video that I would recommend. Meet my commander, Kodama X Sakashima. This caught my eye because I previously built a deck myself also using those two as commanders. Mine was terrible as it exclusively used cards set on Kamigawa, very limiting. But even if you haven't built a deck with those commanders, this video is well worth the watch just because of the pure passion and joy on display. This deck tech is a true delight and something I could not recommend more. Now on to our second category, Cards on the Table, our general card knowledge round. Question 1. How much mana would you add if you tapped 5 Soul Rings? How much mana would you add if you tapped 5 Soul Rings? Question 2. How much blue mana do you need to cast 4 Veil of Birds? How much blue mana do you need to cast 4 Veil of Birds? Question 3. Razor Golem costs 1 less to cast for each planes you control. How many would you need to make this a free golem? Razor Golem costs 1 less for each planes you control. How many would you need to make this a free golem? Question 4. How many cards would you get to draw if you cast 2 Playful Shoves? How many cards would you get to draw if you cast 2 Playful Shoves? You've got till the music stops to get your answers down, and then we'll see the results. Time's up, let's get some answers, and this time they're worth 2 points. Question 1. How much mana would you add if you tapped 5 soul rings? 10 mana. Each soul ring taps for 2, so if you somehow had 5 of them, you could tap them all for 10 mana. Question 2. How much blue mana do you need to cast 4 Veil of Birds? 4. This enchantment from Urza's Saga can be cast for a single blue mana, so to cast them all you would need 4 blue mana. Question 3. Razor Golem costs 1 less for each planes you control. How many would you need to make this a free golem? 6. This was part of a cycle of golems that had their various casting costs reduced by their affinity for different lands. Razor Golem specifically could be cast if you had 6 planes. Question 4. How many cards would you get to draw if you cast 2 Playful Shoves? 2. You'd also get to deal 2 damage to any target, but casting 2 copies of Playful Shove would let you draw 2 cards. And I'm not going to finish the song, you can let me know in the comments which card you'd use for the partridge in the pear tree. Instead, I want to shout out JH Miniatures, and link in the description for their video, Intuitive Revulsion, a study of AI-generated art in Magic the Gathering. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't normally read the titles of the videos that I watch, I just saw the thumbnail and clicked. I stuck around because I found the story about the art dealer and the statue intriguing, and so imagine my pleasant surprise when 5 minutes in it shifts unexpectedly to me to talking about Magic the Gathering. Now imagine my jaw-dropping shock when at 7 minutes in I appear, and I'm in the video. I didn't even know it was about Magic, let alone that I'm in it. So this was a real shock. But good video though, well worth a watch, I would recommend. Round 3 in the category is Not My Type. Here we go. Question 1. The Wilds of Eldraine common Rhyme for Reindeer has which creature type? The Wilds of Eldraine common Rhyme for Reindeer has what creature type? Question 2. Greenwood Sentinel, Primeval Herald, and Wood Elves all have which 2 creature types? Greenwood Sentinel, Primeval Herald, and Wood Elves all have which 2 creature types? Question 3. Replicating Ring, Cold Steel Heart, and Arkham's Astrolabe are all artifacts with which other type? Replicating Ring, Cold Steel Heart, and Arkham's Astrolabe are all artifacts with which other type? Question 4. Which of these is a sorcery? Gift of the Deity, Gift of the Gargantuan, or Gift of the Viper? Which of these is a sorcery? Gift of the Deity, Gift of the Gargantuan, or Gift of the Viper? That's the last question this round, so get ready to finish writing before we find out the answers. That's time. Every correct answer is worth 3 points, so let's find out how you did after these messages. Hi, it's me, from the thing that you're watching, and I come with a dire warning. This quiz, and quite frankly my entire channel, is in danger. I love making these types of videos, but they don't do very well numbers-wise. They're clearly enjoyed by a very niche audience, usually less than 2,000 people. You, that's watching right now. I make these videos for you. But YouTube's monetization is not very rewarding, especially for smaller channels that make niche videos like mine. I do have some videos that do well, but they tend to be highly critical or controversial, as negativity capitalizing on the current discourse will always get a click from people who are outraged and are looking for more fuel for the fire. But those types don't subscribe and stick around, and I only want to put out a video like that if I truly care about the topic and believe I have something valid to say. I don't want to be a full-time controversy merchant just to afford rent. And instead I want to make silly videos where I build dumb decks or talk about Magic-themed pancakes for your entertainment. I want to make quizzes. I want to entertain you. But I also have bills to pay, and so if my only means of doing that is to get more views, and thus better ad revenue from YouTube, then the first change I would need to make is to stop making the monthly video that's seemingly guaranteed to not get a lot of eyes on it. But I don't want to do that, And if you don't want me to do that either, then please consider supporting me on Patreon. If only half of you signed up at even the lowest tier, which is £1 or seemingly $1.50 US, then I would have enough to live on. And that's all I want. If you can afford it, then there are higher tiers that include things like weekly opinion polls where we discuss interesting aspects of the game, access to early audio-only versions of these episodes that you can listen to as a podcast. Most tiers get your name credited on screen at the end of my videos, and even that £1 $1.50 tier will come with access to my monthly behind-the-scenes blog, keeping you updated on the channel. I want to keep doing this, but I need your help. So if you're able to, and if you've found value in my work, then please consider helping to save these quizzes and quite possibly my entire channel by becoming a member of my Patreon, link in the description below. Thank you. Welcome back to Magic the Questioning, where we're about to find out the answers to round 3, where every correct answer is worth 3 points. Here we go. Question 1. The Wilds of Eldraine common Rhyme-Fur Reindeer has what creature type? Elk. Tricky one this given the name, but Rhyme-Fur Reindeer is in fact an elk. Question 2. Greenwood Sentinel, Primeval Herald, and Wood Elves all have which 2 creature types? Elf and Scout. I feel like the elf was obvious, but the second one we were looking for was Scout. Question 3. Replicating Ring, Cold Steel Heart, and Arkham's Astrolabe are all artifacts with which other type? Snow. I feel like the Astrolabe is probably the most famous of the bunch, which may have given it away, but regardless, they're all artifacts with the Snow type. Question 4. Which of these is a sorcery? Gift of the Deity, Gift of the Gargantuan, or Gift of the Viper? Gift of the Gargantuan. Gift of the Viper is an instant and Gift of the Deity is an enchantment, but the sorcery here was Gift of the Gargantuan. Next up, Scranbets is the creator I want to shout out and link in the description for their video, Magic Story is Dead and That's Okay. A very interesting and well presented watch that comes to some conclusions I'm not sure I would have, but ones that I don't disagree with, and overall, this video provides a far more positive takeaway than other discourse I've seen around Universes Beyond. So if you feel that's something you're lacking, go give this a watch, it's well worth a click. Round 4 is MTGYT, and this is a quiz, so I hope the class has been paying attention because here we go. Question 1. What was the name of the first channel I recommended whose video featured 282 custom cards of Hollow Knight? What was the name of the first channel I recommended whose videos featured 282 custom cards of Hollow Knight? Question 2. What was the name of the second channel I recommended with a Kodama and Sakashima Commander deck? What was the name of the second channel I recommended with a Kodama and Sakashima Commander deck? Question 3. What was the name of the third channel I recommended that had a video I watched without knowing I was in it? What was the name of the third channel I recommended that had a video I watched without knowing I was in it? Question 4. What was the name of the last channel I recommended immediately before the start of this round? What was the name of the last channel I recommended immediately before the start of this round? Okay, the time's about to start again, so I hope you have all of your answers because this is the last point scoring round. Here we go. Time's up, and remember, for this round, correct answers are worth 4 points. Here we go. Question 1. What was the name of the first channel I recommended whose videos featured 282 custom cards of Hollow Knight? Etchings. I recommended the video I designed 282 Hollow Knight themed Magic the Gathering cards by Etchings. Question 2. What was the name of the second channel I recommended with a Kodama and Sakashima Commander deck? Girlsplaining Gaming. I recommended the video Meet My Commander Kodama x Sakashima by Girlsplaining Gaming. Question 3. What was the name of the third channel I recommended that had a video I watched without knowing I was in it? JH Miniatures. I recommended the video Intuitive Revulsion, a study of AI-generated art in Magic the Gathering by JH Miniatures. Question 4. What was the name of the last channel I recommended immediately before the start of this round? Scranbets. I recommended the video Magic Story is Dead and That's Okay by Scranbets. I expect you all to have gotten full marks, and before we get to the bonus round where you can double your points, I just want to shout out one last creator, Wigglewood, and I'll leave a link in the description for their video that you have to see, The Cursed Throne. Guys, this channel is much bigger than mine and it's not Magic the Gathering related, but I'm shouting this one out because it's the holidays, and if you haven't watched, then I want you to consider this recommendation my gift to you. It is so good. It's less than 2 minutes long and I can't stop quoting it. Every video on there is gold, but this one knocks it out of the park. You've got to watch. I couldn't describe to you what style it is, but it's so good. Anyway, round 5 is Art Attack, where we slowly reveal a picture to you, and if you can name what card uses that picture as its art before the music stops, then you double your points and you double your score. So to be clear, see some artwork and name that card for double points. I hope you're ready, because here we go. And that's time. Did you get it right? Well, if you said this was the art for the card Death Mark, then you'll have just doubled your score. So now the question is, how did you do? Count up your score and let us know in the comments below. And that's it. One last shout out to all the creators I mentioned. You can find links to their channels in the description below. Go watch, subscribe, drop them a like and leave a comment telling them I sent you. And maybe like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Happy holidays to all of you watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and will join me again in the new year for another episode of Magic the Questioning. Thank you to everyone who supports the show, like Eggboy the particle that permeates all existence, and the rest of my patrons whose names are on screen now. If you'd like to submit a quiz question to the show, you can via my Patreon, as it's one of my Venus tier reward perks. I'd also like to give an extra special thank you to Brett Canny for providing the music for the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and set your notification bell to all so you can be updated when our next episode airs. And until then, from all of us here in the studio, which is currently just me, we wish you a happy quizzing and we will see you next time. Festive Freeze Frame.